look at it. I'm looking at my face, and it's like, it's so dewy.
It's so glowy.
It's
It's
so
so glowy and
glowy.
dewy and beautiful, and
Yes.
you have that bridal glow.
Oh,
It's wonderful.
That's right. Because the listeners, this is the last time you're going to hear us until after my wedding.
This is the last time you hear Yinny as a single lady.
All the single ladies,
Right.
put your hands up,
All
except
the
for
single
me.
ladies.
Except for
Yeah.
me. And Sarah.
And I can't. Yeah, I was about to say I am unqualified. So
You are unqualified.
Anyway.
yes. And my skin is dewy because I just had a facial done. Well, Sarah looks gorgeous in her makeup. You're just going to have to see me like this. But what you can see us...
you get to see me yawning because we are recording at night, and it's killing
This is
me.
true.
But I love y'all, and
This
this
is
is when
true.
we can get this done.
Absolutely. And also, last Christmas sweater for the day. I mean,
Last
for the year.
Christmas, yeah, for the year, and I'm back in. I love Santa Paws. So,
Oh, I love that.
And I love your sweater. It's so sparkly.
Yeah, it's a bunch
yes.
of...
It's
liquor.
alcohol.
I guess that says a lot about me. I swear I'm not alcoholic. I just like alcohol, okay? And this was in BJ's for $10.99 a year and a half ago. So that's where I got it, okay? Don't judge me. You know what, too? I just realized I wore this freaking alcoholic cardigan to my teen voiceover class. It's okay. The parents like me. I hope they do.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So
Something's happening. Well, either way, welcome to Story Sirens, the podcast where we deep dive into all things magical, mysterious, and perhaps stranger than fiction. My name is Yenny.
And I'm Sarah, and we'd both like to say Merry
Christmas!
Christmas!
Yay! It's the holidays. Mariah Carey is out loose. Yay! And winter. Boo, I hate the cold.
Last year at this time, we brought you Snow Maidens, the Nutcracker, Santa Claus, and Krampus. And
This year, we brought you Jack Frost, Mrs. Claus, and crazy Mary Lloyd. I'm not over it.
I love Mary Lloyd. But do you know who, or maybe perhaps what we haven't yet discussed?
While we may have alluded to it in past episodes, I think it's about time we really hunker down and talk about it. What you say, Sarah?
I definitely agree. As the veil between the worlds thins during this time of year, we are past the winter solstice. Let us finally discuss the Wild Hunt.
Ooh, I definitely feel something thinning. And let me just say, it's not just Sarah's and I's waist as we get ready for my wedding, okay? You've heard us mention the Wild Hunt, or Wilde Jagd, don't ask me to say that twice, on this podcast before, but what exactly is it? In short, it's a horde of dead souls running across the sky in their horses, led by the king of the slain around late December, wreaking havoc and possibly, most likely, almost certainly taking innocent lives with them.
Great way to start the last episode of the year, Yenny.
You're the one that picked it. I would just like to say that.
I was not being sarcastic. This is great. All right, let's dive in.
Yes, but there's way more to it than just that, okay? Deriving mainly from Norse and Germanic mythology, the Wild Hunt has many names, from terrifying ride to furious/inspiring ride, but
Ooh.
always the same leader, Odin, the All-Father, God of wisdom, war, and the dead.
Or at least a variation of Odin, and we'll get to that later. But don't think he's only the serious type. Odin is also the god of poetry and magic.
So, in other words, he'd not only be the leader of the Wild Hunt, but also the leader of every pop-punk boy band.
What?
Hear me out. Literally every pop-punk band music track in the mid-2000s was an emotional overload. Chaos, sadness, death, some magical moment, poetic nothingness, and then back to chaos.
Okay, wait a minute. You've got something here, and I love it.
I'm telling you. The main, you mean the Odin? Freaking, I don't even know what else. Panic at the Disco? Panic at
Fallout Boy.
Panic at Valhalla? You know, something's going on. Fallout God. So Riding on his 8-legged horse creature Sleipnir, Odin frequently travels the 9 worlds, or realms, of Norse folklore. Asgard,
Where the gods reside.
Midgard,
Where the humans reside.
Jotunheimer,
Giants, where chaos is.
Alfheimer,
The Vanir gods, which also means like the primordial magic.
Svartalfheimer,
Home of the dwarves.
Niflheimer,
Ice and primordial cold.
Muspelheimer,
Fire giants.
and Helheimer.
The underworld.
Oh, yeah, I did
Great
that.
job, Yenny. Great job. You had so much fun with that.
I did. We promise to deep dive way more into the 9 realms come season 3.
Yes, we will get to that.
Yeah.
But bear with us for just this episode.
Please bear with us. Now, as Lord of Valhalla and residing in Asgard, Odin is quite the busy and powerful bee, might I add. While not training for Ragnarok,
The end times.
Odin also speaks to the dead to continue gaining knowledge.
Odin is a bit obsessed with knowledge and death. He'd love the dark academia aesthetic now that I think about it.
Probably would be professor of dark arts at Harry Potter school.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
And so, as besties with the dead, it isn't too far-fetched to have him lead them on a chaotic ride throughout the sky at a specific time of the year.
Could you even go so far as to say it is a chaotic, chthonic ride?
We will not go that far.
Dang it. I thought it was good.
Let's keep talking about time, right? Because what time exactly is this all happening? Now, during the coldest and darkest nights of the year, starting on December 21st or 22nd, around when winter solstice begins, all the way to February, a time known as midwinter or Mythvetter, is when the wild hunt is happening.
Okay. It stays at a particular time of the year.
Yes. During this time, the winds howl and fierce, thunderous storms keep most people inside the safety of their homes. But those brave, or foolish, enough to be outside may catch a different scene. The wind isn't what's howling, and the thunderous noise isn't from the storms, but is in fact the howls of the dead as their horses thunder through the sky, led by their ferocious leader.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, I know. This time also symbolizes divine judgment and chaos, mainly due to the layer of the worlds, or in Norse mythology's case, realms, being thinned. Winter itself is associated with death. Winter being a time where the biting cold shows no mercy and all greenery is wiped out. While the color white may mean innocence, it also means death. During winter, animals are not herd but instead scatter about to find shelter from the cold, dark nights. In medieval and ancient times, humans, like animals, prepared all year for winter, for they knew no crop would grow and so food would be scarce. Many died during this time of year due to sickness and famine. With all this despair and eerie stillness, what better time to go on a hunt, right?
Why not? Why not?
So, let's talk about what happens should you be caught outside by the horde of spirits.
I don't like this idea. I don't want to be caught by the horde of spirits. No, thank you.
Yeah, be ready to find yourself swept away and left in a completely different place, far away from home.
And that's the good ending.
Oh, it is.
In the bad ending, you'd be swept up and into the underworld, or you become a prisoner of the fairy kingdom, which, you know, as Akatar would like us to believe that that's all fun and pretty and sparkles and ball gowns, we have covered here at Story Sirens that being a prisoner in the fairy kingdom is not a good thing.
No, not at all.
Just saying.
There is an interesting variation where if you are caught outside, as long as you're in the middle of the road, they won't take you, so...
But I would like to come in from the 21st century perspective and say, please, do not stay in the middle of the road. The wild hunt may not take you, but the wild car of the highway will.
Very true, very true. And even if you think you're safe indoors, think again.
Uh-oh.
There are cases of one spirit being swept away even when they're in bed.
There's no safety?
Oh, there's no safety. if you're lucky enough to not have your spirit swept away, there's still something else that can happen. Members of the hunt can enter towns and homes with one single purpose: to cause chaos. They'll eat your food, wreak havoc on town, and then continue their ride across the realms, which is kind of what Mary Lloyd does. So imagine you just finished getting Mary Lloyd.
We just throw her in with all that.
But you just finished having Mary Lloyd literally sweep your closet out, and then in comes the damn ghostly horde to do it all over again. Like, no wonder you're dying of sickness and famine. The spirits be eating everything.
Okay, now we've talked about Odin leading this hunting party, but like, who exactly are the members of this party?
Great question. Members of the hunt would include warriors or hunters, all still ready for battle.
I would hope the hunt had hunters. I'm sorry. I would hope the hunt had hunters.
You imagine the hunt is just like freaking old ladies and like old Hispanic
it's just a quilting circle.
And like American ladies going, I'm going to get that one over there. And then like the old Cuban vieja going like, venga acá que yo le voy a coger y yo lo voy a poner en su blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Like, dame un cafecito por aquí. And then the other one's going, I want some cafecito too. That's going to be you and I. We're going to be a part of the wild hunt.
We are. We are. And I'm going to do the best I can to ensure that I still have that horrible accent when we are 90 years old.
Please do. Please do. Now, in some variations, there aren't any grandmas, but there are elves and fairies that would also partake in this.
Again, don't let book talk fool you.
Don't.
I know it sounds beautiful and pretty. Like, there's a part of me that's like, ooh, elves and fairies, but I know. Bad. Mm-hmm. Absolutely bad. Now, also amongst the party would be horses and black dogs, as these were animals associated with death. The sound of barking dogs and the trumpets of hunting horns brought fear and dread to the living. And as we covered in our graveyard episode, black dogs are kind of associated with death and guarding death or bringing death or being an omen across the globe.
Listen, I don't know, though. I'm still on the old lady thing because a black dog barking might be scary, but so is my grandma when I don't feed her, like, or I don't make her coffee. She starts telling me that I don't love her, you know.
An elderly lady calling me by my full name, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm sorry.
Oh God, yeah. Now, even more frightening than being called by your full name by your grandma would be that there are tales of wolves and werewolves also joining the hunt, as well as horse-like creatures, all of which had anywhere from 2 to 8 legs and fiery eyes.
May I just say, because I'm thinking about this and the fact that, you know, like, is it Slipnir who has, like, the 8 legs or whatever, that horse?
Slipnir,
okay.
Yeah.
And yet, oddly enough, a horse with 2 legs seems even more frightening to me than a horse with, like, more than 4.
I was thinking
I'm just
about
like,
that.
I'm like, that's weird, but then, like, all of a sudden just picturing, you know, a horse with only 2 legs, no arms or anything, because that's not how their appendages work. I'm like, that is worse.
There's this, like, saying in Spanish that's like, tú tienes una cara de caballo. And it's literally like you have the face of a horse, pretty much like someone who has a long face. It's actually
long
really
face,
mean.
yeah.
But I would imagine that, like, a horse with 2 legs would just be a human with a long face. Yeah.
It's BoJack Horseman, but worse, because there are no arms.
Oh my God! Yes! And why does he have fingers? Yeah, anyways.
And toes.
You know.
This is the part of fantasy and fiction that we're just like, you know what, we're just gonna shelve this.
Yeah.
It's called suspension of disbelief for a reason. Back to the wild hunt before I dissolve into that existential crisis. Now, Yenny, I know that we have discussed who leads the hunt and now who's involved in it, but the real question is, why are they hunting? What are they hunting?
That depends on the tale, right?
Well, of course it does.
The main objective is for the leader, who is most frequently some form of Odin, but also sometimes the ghost of Charlemagne, King Hurla, or even the devil himself, and his group of ghostly hunters to chase after someone or something that's been let loose. But that's not always the case. Sometimes they are just going on for a good, chaotic time, apparently.
Chaotic, cathartic time.
Yeah, okay, we'll let you have it.
Can we turn that into a sticker? Who would want that as a sticker?
I want that as a sticker, only because you made it.
Go into the comments and let us know if you would like a chaotic chthonic sticker.
I love it. In some northern Germanic tales, female demons would be set free, and the hunt was led to capture them. Yet in other variations, the hunt is tasked with capturing a young woman who may not even be guilty of any crimes. They're just dang hot.
They're not hunting. It's not like the English hunting foxes. This is mythological beings hunting vixens.
Oh, love that. Speaking of which...
Not for the vixen, of course, though. Not for them. Not for them. It's bad. It's bad. I should not take this lightly. I'm sorry. I'm so tired.
Speaking of which, let's say your soul doesn't get swept away and you don't find yourself in the underworld or in a fairy kingdom with hot guys, but you do find yourself right in front of the hunters during the wild hunt.
What happens then other than fainting?
A few things.
Okay.
Should you stand up to the hunters or cause them to stop what they're doing, it should be no surprise that you're going to get punished. I mean,
yeah.
But if you decide to help the ghostly horde, you may find yourself walking away with treasure.
Okay, well then I guess we should help the hunt?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is the Fae, okay.
Yeah. You might get a prize for your help, but that prize is more of a curse.
Of course it is.
Remember what we've told you guys. Don't play with them damn fairies or spirits.
And also, don't do anything to get their attention.
Yeah, whatever you are given by the dead or magical beings of the hunt or in anything will obviously become a thorn in your side. And specifically during this exact thing, you won't be able to get rid of it.
But worry not, here at Story Sirens, we try to find the solutions to problems. Most of the time. So, with the help of a priest or a magician, you can trick the Wild Hunt members into taking back their prize.
Which makes sense because fairies love tricks, right?
They do love tricks.
Makes sense.
And they are susceptible to them.
Now, let me just say, you might be like, oh, this is all hoopla. This is all made up. Guess what? It apparently isn't because there's accounts of it. So, while there have been multiple accounts found in medieval and ancient times, which we're going to talk about, it should be no surprise that the first publicized explanation of the Wild Hunt would come in 1835's Deutsche Mythology, or Teutonic Mythology, which we've discussed before, written by Jacob Grimm. Oh,
we love you, Grimm brothers.
We love you. We love you. This whole Story Sirens is brought to you and sponsored by Jacob Grimm and his brother. The concept of the Wild Hunt that he wrote about was built on a mixture of oral accounts and uncovered descriptions of the hunt he had collected dating back to ancient times. We'd like to add that in Grimm's version, the leader of the hunt would not only be accompanied by the deceased, but also his wife or female counterpart.
Oh, now we've discussed Odin's counterpart and in some variations wife, Frau Halla or Hulda, in our bonus content.
Yes.
Aha, did you know we have bonus content?
Now you do.
You can check it out by becoming a Siren Seeker by subscribing via Apple Podcasts or becoming a member through our Ko-fi account, which, of course, all links will be available in the show notes for your convenience. Back to the show.
Yes, but honestly, don't worry, though. If you can't, we totally understand. That just means you'll have to listen every week until we decide to deep dive into her story. So, you must stay with us forever. The Wild Hunt of the Siren Seekers. We've pulled you away. There you go. Now,
anyway,
back to some accounts, shall we? An eyewitness account in 1127, found in the Peterborough Chronicle, wrote,
"Many men both saw and heard a great number of huntsmen hunting. The huntsmen were black, huge, and hideous, and rode on black horses and on black he-goats, and their hounds were jet black, with eyes like saucers, and horrible. This was seen in the very deer park of the town of Peterborough, and in all the woods that stretch from the same town to Stamford, and in the night the monks heard them sounding and winding their horns."
Why are they called he-goats? Why can't they just be male goats? He-goat?
Or why can't they be just I don't know.
Goats.
Goats?
Yeah.
Goats.
Like he-goats.
Okay.
Oh, well,
He-goats.
because goats is kind of like demonic, so it could be that. It could be.
So again, just call him a goat.
Call him a goat.
catch-all.
Call him a goat. Anywho, a charm dating back to the 14th century was found with a very specific inscription. The furious host and all its members, who bear wheels and rags, go far from me.
Ooh.
Kind of does sound like it's a part of the Wild Hunt, right? We're talking about a furious host, members.
Yeah, that
Come on.
sounds very, very similar.
Sounds very Wild Hunty of you. Oh, oops, I left my phone.
Uh-oh, no,
And
Yenny.
this is why you must silence your phones. All right. Well, we've been following more of the Germanic folklore of the Wild Hunt. Variations of it span Europe. From Italy to Spain to Norway, different countries have their own tales of the hunt, all of which are frightening.
Yeah, pretty much. So, in short, the Wild Hunt is a mythical word of caution, reminding mankind of the dangers of the winter season. Stay indoors, stay safe, stay warm, and do not go out in the long dark nights where you're sure to find more than just frost and snow.
And a reminder, please don't stand in the middle of the road.
Please don't stand in the middle of the road. Please.
Just don't, okay?
Yeah.
Now, on to modern media, shall we?
So, the Wild Hunt is a favorite topic in loads of classical music.
Really?
Being featured in Wagner's opera Die Valkyrie and Franz Liszt's Transcendental Etude No. 8, and more. There are lots of romantic, impressionistic, classical, Baroque pieces that all we're spanning several timelines there, but all involve the Wild Hunt. And
nice.
in more recent media, the Witcher series, the books, the games, the TV show,
The Hot Men.
features the dreaded Wild Hunt.
In the Thor Marvel comics, the Wild Hunt is led by Malekith the Accursed, a dark
great
elf
name.
king who's one of Thor's arch nemesis, which it would make sense that he's a dark elf, right? One of the realms.
Yeah.
Hello.
Exactly. That makes a lot of sense. In the Elder Scroll games, the Wild Hunt is a ritual performed by wood elves for war and vengeance. This ritual transforms them into creatures that kill everything in their path.
I do think that they changed the name of this in the recent Elder Scrolls game. I'm not too sure. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, I think they changed it. In other franchises, the series Teen Wolf has the Wild Hunt appear in like the first half of season 6.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's portrayed as ghost riders who erase people from existence. Do y'all
Again,
remember
terrifying.
Ghost Rider, that one from that guy who did National Treasure? What the heck is his name?
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, that guy.
The comic book, like, anti-hero. Yes.
Yeah, he
Yes.
had like a run for a while. He was doing Ghost
did. He was,
Rider,
like,
then all the
super
National
popular for a while.
Treasure. Yeah.
Right. And still on the subject of the Wild Hunt, Pedro Gillen's duology, The Call and the Invasion, include a horrific interpretation of the Wild Hunt set in modern-day Ireland. It is probably one of the best depictions of very bad fairies in literature.
Very bad. Not hot.
It is terrifying, and I love it. And I'm a big old chicken. It's so good. Well, now let's move on to our siren call.
Yes. Watch the Witcher series, guys. Many handsome men and women. Many.
Or play the Witcher game. Many handsome men and women.
Yes.
Many.
Yes.
This is our last episode of the year.
I
Like,
know.
not just of 2025, but like of this season, season 2.
I know.
But don't worry, we will be back with more fun things to deep dive into right after the new year begins.
Yes, season 3 is sure to bring us more crazy stories, all of which we are excited to share with you. But please
we have
don't
some fun
worry.
stuff lined up.
We're not gone. We will be having some bonus content that we're going to be sharing with you guys for the next few weeks, just to get you in time for the new season 3.
Exactly. And all that said, thank you for joining us for season 2.
Thank you.
Your support means the world to us, and we are so glad you've joined us on this mythical journey. We love doing this, and we're so glad to have people following us with all the chaos and all the fun and all the magic.
Yes, we'll be back in January, but until then, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year's to you and yours. See you in 2026, guys.
Bye!
Bye! Thanks for listening to Story Sirens. You can follow us on Instagram at Story Sirens Podcast. Want to support us? Send us a cup of Ko-fi by searching ko-fi.com/storysirens. We've got lots of treats for those who become siren seekers. All research materials can be found in the episode summary. Music by Donald Guzzi and artwork by Alexis Torres. Story Sirens is a Feather and Fin production. See you soon.